Suffering and the Four Faces of God. In this video, we discuss what I have learned about God from my experience of extended pain and suffering. A friend asked me the following question: what have you come to know about the Lord in this long trial of suffering that you wouldn't have known without it? Here is my answer. Extended pain and suffering taught me that God presents four faces, for lack of a better term, that different humans experience at different times in their lives. Face 1. The theistic loving Father. That is what we want, and the view of God that most Christians subscribe to. In this mode, God is felt to be present. We pray, and we receive responses, and we experience the felt presence of God. Face 2. The deistic distant missing landlord, or the distant missing employer, or distant missing father, cf. the missing landlord, or the distant missing employer from Jesus' parables. In this mode, God appears to be missing. We can pray, but there is no response and no felt experience of God's presence. In this mode, God expects us to use wisdom, based on examples in the Bible and the wise counsel of wise counselors, to make wise decisions in our lives, and to be good stewards of the talents and wisdom that God has given us. Face 3. The just judge. As in, we reap the consequences of our actions, including our sinful choices and actions, or our non-sinful but foolish or unwise choices and actions. In this mode, God is apparently present in our reaping the just consequences of our actions, whether wise actions leading to positive outcomes in life, relationships, good health and finances and/or wealth, or foolish or unwise actions leading to negative outcomes in life, relationships, destroyed health and/or finances and/or wealth over time. However, in this mode, praying to God to remove the consequences of our foolish actions or sins does not work to remove those consequences. So, in that mode, we do not experience a felt presence of God. Face 4. The temporally and temporarily unjust but sovereign God of Job. Job did not deserve all of the misfortunes that befell him. God temporally and temporarily unjustly permitted Job's suffering. However, God ends the narrative and the life experience of Job by giving Job 10 new children to replace the 10 children he had lost, and blessing him with as much wealth as, or more wealth than, he had before his misfortunes. This does not save his first set of 10 children who were killed by Satan, with God permitting that injustice. There is no going back from that. However, after the period of trials, God gives Job 10 new children. So whether Job is literal or figurative, I hope the second for the sake of the character of God, God is showing that ultimately He will reward and compensate us for any unjust suffering that is not our fault, that God permits us to experience. In this way, God is temporally and temporarily unjust, but He is eternally just because He compensates us either later in this life or in the next one for all such unjust suffering from this life. So God is just in eternity, but not completely just in this temporal and temporary existence of ours on earth. In addition, please see the following 2 videos where I have discussed additional thoughts on this topic. Why do Christians suffer? Why the Christian God? 1. Suffering. The following video discusses answered prayer. Why the Christian God? 2. Prayer. Conclusion. 1. The long trial of suffering highlighted and brought to mind and made emotionally real the items I discussed above. 2. All humans will experience various combinations of the four faces of God above at different times in their lives. 3. Our responsibility is to seek God and to seek a child-parent relationship with God through what Jesus did on the cross, while using wisdom from the life instructions and the human examples in the Bible and from wise counselors in our daily choices and actions in this life. These do not guarantee happiness, health, and wealth, but doing these will shift the odds towards contentment, joy, happiness, health, and wealth over time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.